we return to the Not-So-Berry Legacy Challenge with Generation 1, Mint. Our founder, Araminta Berry, is ambitious, mischievous, and maybe a little materialistic. Her mission? Master the scientist's career, become chief of mischief, and collect every last element. In short, climb, prank, and discover, all while leaving a legacy that's anything but ordinary. Araminta tries to crack a joke with Miho, but Miho doesn't laugh. Instead, she just starts sweating. So naturally, Araminta decides to help with the freeze ray, instant cooldown. That's when Charlotte walks in, gasping at the scene and warning Araminta not to use inventions on her colleagues. Araminta shrugs, smirks, and freezes Charlotte too. What can she say? If her co-workers won't warm up to her, she'll just keep them on ice. Grayson calls Araminta with a strange request. Could he stay casually friends with Hilary Laurent? Yes, that Hilary, the one who tried to steal his attention on their very first date. Araminta's answer, a firm no. Was Grayson testing her jealousy? Maybe. Either way, she was distraught enough to rant to Nia, who barely listened. When she heads into work, she spots Ikram and Blossom whispering, probably gossiping. But then she remembers her favorite co-worker, Clanky McThinks-a-Lot, never judges, never interrupts, and always listens. Well, as much as a robot can. Do robots even have ears? Araminta throws herself back into work, tinkering with new inventions until the day's shift ends. Her focus pays off. Another promotion, this time to Junior Tinkerer. Later that evening, she calls Grayson and invites him to Club Eternity in Ravenswood to celebrate. Because what's success without someone to brag to? They arrive at Club Eternity, hugs and all. Araminta studies Grayson carefully, trying to gauge his mood. In her mind, the solution is simple. If she flirts enough, he won't have time to think about hanging out with silly little bimbos. As the night goes on, Araminta finally asks Grayson the question still gnawing at her. Why on earth would he want to stay friends with Hilary Laurent? His answer, something vague about her being a really good listener. Suspicious, at best. So Araminta turns up the charm, leaning in with flirtation, maybe even more. But Grayson, flustered, backs away with the flimsiest excuse. Something about being allergic to public displays of affection. Not exactly believable. The evening is nothing like she'd planned. So after finishing her drink, Araminta fabricates the perfect excuse to leave. She tells Grayson she's suddenly remembered. She's afraid of ghosts. And with that, she exits into the night. Later that night, Araminta checked in on her element collection, determined to refocus on science. But the next morning, HR had other plans. Apparently, a few colleagues filed complaints about her, let's call it, overzealous freeze ray use. Instead of tinkering in the lab, she'd be stuck doing field work. Now, HR wasn't about to get rid of their precious future scientist, but they had to ease the fears of co-workers before the whole lab filed workers' comp claims. When she asked how long she'd be outside, HR cheerfully replied, "Oh, just most of the shift." Perfect. The day was a total bust. Even venting to Nia didn't help. Nia barely listened. And the worst of all? No promotion. For Araminta, that stung more than a silly old freeze ray zap. Should I stop the mischief? Araminta wonders. Maybe dialing it back would keep her out of field duty. For a brief moment, she actually reconsiders her grand plan of chaos. Emphasis on brief. On her way back, Araminta spots the small group of co-workers, the committee of bores, as she calls them. She tries to spark a short conversation, but none of the three bores pay her any mind. Grayson even calls mid-silence, and she hangs up on him instantly. Irritation rising, she turns to Nia again. This time, Nia gives her blunt advice. If Araminta wants to be liked, she has to start treating people that way. The message doesn't land.
Yabasani.
Malinae!
Fricka. Ugh. Oh.
Ooh!
Garza. Franga Gwis, Dens Doba, Tribna.
Oh.
Huh? Tunga Chusen. Hunga.
The day ends like the last one. Garbage. No promotion. No glory. No fun. That evening, Araminta had had enough. She invited Grayson over, and the moment he stepped through the door, she let loose. Do you know how humiliating it is, Grayson, to be with someone who thinks it's reasonable to ask if he can keep some other woman around as a casual friend, and you had the audacity to pick up the phone and ask me if I'd be okay with that? What exactly was the answer you were hoping for? That I'd smile and say, I'd love for you to do so. Hilary Laurent couldn't fill my shoes if she stole them, stuffed them with tissue paper, and wore them every day until they fell apart. Go see if Hilary Laurent can give you what I give you. Spoiler alert, she can't. So, in a fit of spite, Araminta grabbed Grayson's own app, Cupid's Corner, and set up her profile, determined to find someone better. Maybe Grayson would see her activity, maybe it would sting. But instead of Mr. Right, all she found was frustration. It felt as if Grayson had bugged her account, sabotaging her chance at romance from the inside out. Sleep wouldn't come easy that night. Araminta tossed, turned, and replayed every argument in her head. But somewhere between exhaustion and irritation, she made a decision. Going forward, she'd focus only on what really mattered, building her element collection and sharpening her mischief skill. Love, co-workers, promotions, all of it could wait. Chaos and discovery. That's her true legacy.
She'll be around.
After long days at the library, researching the next great prank, because yes, mischief is an academic pursuit in her book, Araminta decided to give Cupid's Corner another try. And of course, it was still bugged. Figures, so she went back to tradition. A bar, a place where she could mingle, stir up a little chaos, pull a prank or two, and maybe, just maybe, make a friend. After greeting the bar's patrons, Araminta spotted Nia and decided it was the perfect time to begin her grand apology tour. She opened up, admitting that the reason she loves mischief isn't just for laughs. It's her way of testing people. If you can survive her jokes and pranks, you're strong enough to be in her circle. If not, well, you were never worth her time. To Araminta's surprise, Nia didn't roll her eyes. In fact, she laughed. She thought Araminta was actually funny. Eccentric, but funny. For the first time, Araminta felt like maybe she was starting a genuine friendship.
Jabi slawfish.
Piguna.
Jabi.
Oh, Pimpini.
Ah.
Araminta and Nia talked the night away at the bar, so long that morning crept up on them. Araminta slipped home for a workup on her science paper, but it was short-lived. Work was calling, and that day she made a bold decision to be nice, or at least her version of it, which really just meant forcing a smile and pretending not to prank anyone. For Araminta Berry, that's basically sainthood. Araminta quickly discovered that pretending to be nice was excruciating. Easier, she figured, to just say nothing at all. Silence is golden. And at least it doesn't cramp her facial muscles like fake smiles do.
Marco Fino.
She went straight to work and even had a chance to thank Nia for last night, until Charlotte, the conversation parasite, butted her way in. Pretending to care about small talk, though Araminta wasn't buying it, maybe Charlotte just wanted to make sure Nia didn't side with the Council of Bores.
Arbini. Fainazin. Yaba.
Yambala.
Oh.
Shuna Gleba.
Nabor.
Rizak. Ibaro.
Yovaya.
Ah. Ina.
Fed up, Araminta grabbed a snack in the break room, then decided it was safer to head outside and actually work. Araminta's short temper started to irritate even her. Maybe, just maybe, she'd really have to play nice if she wanted to get ahead. 2 days had passed without a promotion, and for someone this ambitious, that was unacceptable. Perhaps the pranks were becoming too much, even for future sim labs. And if the lab was losing patience, that could mean trouble for her legacy.
Dag dag.
Grebo for Bane.
That night, Araminta decided to lift her spirits by testing the new upgrade on her freeze ray. Zap, a chair turned to stone. Zap, a lamp became a toy. She was delighted until the gnomes appeared. One, then another, then a whole army. Bad luck spread instantly. Appliances sparked and broke. Araminta tried to fix them, but with a handiness skill of 0, she was better at breaking than repairing. She even tried pleading with the gnomes, but not all could be appeased. Her needs drained, exhaustion took over, and she collapsed to the floor. The night that started with fun ended in disaster.